Veteran of one of the most acclaimed voluntary forces in World War II was recently the recipient of a national honor. The Eastern Shore man was a member of the group known as Merrill's Marauders, whose mission was to fight deep in enemy territory.
WKRG News 5's Bill Riles has the story behind tonight's Serving Those Who Served award.
As one of the few surviving members of Merrill's Marauders.
Please accept this medal on behalf of all Merrill's Marauders.
Gabe Kinney recently accepted the Congressional Gold Medal.
There is one other group that we all want to be proud of. That is this young man that was left in Burma, did not get to return. Explained to us thoroughly that they expected an 85% casualty rate.
Kinney was interviewed for a documentary produced by the World War II Museum in New Orleans to commemorate the exploits of the all-volunteer force named after their commander, General Frank Merrill. Merrill's Marauders ran missions deep behind the Japanese lines in Burma. When he volunteered, Kinney was already a combat veteran from the Battle of Guadalcanal.
Our mission was to stop the supply lines into where they were fighting the British.
Army Chief of Staff General George Marshall said at the time that the mission against large numbers of the enemy with few resources was unmatched in any theater. Retired Ranger, Green Beret, and veterans advocate Colonel Pat Downing, who ran similar missions in Vietnam, agreed.
It's scary, to say the least. But, you know, it was a mission, and so just like the Merrill's Marauders, we had volunteers, and it had to be done, and they volunteered to do it.
The Marauders are considered the forerunners of the Army's Rangers. They fought in 5 major battles and as many as 30 other engagements over 5 months. Not only did they fight the Japanese, they fought treacherous jungle terrain, incredible heat, debilitating disease, and leeches.
We had to even stop ourselves, pick the leeches off of us. They were awful. The leeches were bad.
Long after the war, Kinney's children didn't hear a word about the details until they were adults.
I guess the worst stories that we ever heard was about the siege at Napunga and how difficult that was for the guys, and 13 days surrounded by Japanese.
One story is built upon another, so finally you can kind of chronologically understand what he went through. When there was a time where I didn't really know how it all fit together.
The Congressional Gold Medal was finally authorized to recognize the gallant service of Merrill's Marauders in 2020. COVID kept a ceremony from happening then. Finally, the honor was bestowed in a virtual ceremony in May with members of Congress, the military, other Merrill's Marauder veterans, and Kinney accepting the medal in a ceremony at the Floribama.
For that unit to have received this medal is something I am particularly proud of.
And we'd like to humbly add our own Serving Those Who Serve award to the accolades earned by Kinney and Merrill's Marauders. Bill Riles, WKRG News 5.